Good morning, everyone. This is the YouTube channel of Chamelidev Institute of Pharmacy. Today, we will discuss about medicinal chemistry of H1 antagonist, or we can say antihistamines. In previous lecture, we discussed about histamines, the histaminergic receptor and their distribution. Now we are directly focusing on drugs, or basically we can say antihistamine. So in antihistamine, the first class is H1 antagonist. H1 antagonist. H1 antagonist means those drugs which especially block histaminergic 1 receptor or H1 receptor. ठीक है? So in this class, this H1 antagonist we divided in various classes. In first class, this first generation antihistamines. First generation antihistamines is also known as classical antihistamines. These are the competitive inhibitors of histamines action at tissue level. Binding is reversible and displaced by high level of histamine. Additional anticholinergic activity. Some possess antihistaminic activity and many of them also inhibit neuronal uptake of norepinephrine. Also have local anesthetic effect but carry risk of irritation and sensitization. In first generation, there is 6 drugs are comes. Firstly, ethylene second ethylenamines, third alkylamines, fourth piperazines, fifth tricyclics, and finally sixth one is phenothiazines. Now we are coming on common structural features of classical first generation antihistamines. So what is the property of antihistamine in terms of structure? So in this, they had 2 aromatic rings connected to a central carbon, nitrogen or oxygen. Space between central atom and the amine is usually 2-3 carbon chain length. The main is amine is substituted with small alkyl group. Chirality at halogen and having the ring in different planes increases the potency of drug. So right now we are coming on first class of H1 antagonist or first generation first class. First is ethylene diamines. In this, there is 3 drugs: tryptophanamine, pyrilinamine, and antazolin. You can see the structure of these 3 drugs. The almost structure is same, but the basic variation of side chain are take place. Second class is ethanolamines. It is also known as amino alkyl ethers because it contains 1 amine molecules and 1 ether moiety with the 2 linkage. That's why this is amino alkyl ethers. In this class, there is a true drug, mainly diphenhydramine and oxylamine. Diphenhydramine is highly selling drug in antihistamines. Third class we are coming on. In this is also known as propylamines because in this structure, one is propyl substitution are take place between nitrogen and side chain. So in this, first drug is phenyramine, second is chlorphenyramine. The phenyramine and chlorphenyramine are almost same, but in chlorphenyramine, the one substitution of chlorine and benzene ring. Next one is triploidine and fourth one is phenindamine. We are coming on next class, that is piperazines derivative or cyclazines. Piperazines because it has piperazine ring in their structure. Because this is structure in cyclic nature but not aromatic. That's why we are saying is cyclazines. ठीक? So in this first drug is cyclazine, second one is chlorcyclazine. These are both drug are comes in piperazine. If you see the structure of both drug, there is almost same, but in chlorcyclazine, 1 chlorine is extra. Next class is tricyclics or piperidines. In this, 3 drugs are take place: cyproheptadine, azatidine, and ketotifen. Almost these drugs are same in structure, but there is some little bit change of bond and side chain. So first generation antihistamine is already completed. Now we are coming on second generation of antihistamine. Second generation of antihistamine also antagonize the H1 receptor. Competitive antagonists, though some are non-competitive at higher doses, high therapeutic index, poor lipophilic, do not readily transverse the blood-brain barrier, highly selective with little or no anticholinergic activity, additional anti-allergic mechanism of some, like inhibition of late phase allergic reaction by acting on leukotrienes or antiplatelet factor activating effect. In second generation antihistamines is the drug is ethylene-damine class. In ethylene-damine class is acrivastine is the drug. If you see the structure, this is a very rigid structure, but it is advanced antihistamine. That's why we are keeping here. We are keeping acrivastine with the IUPAC name. Next class in second generation is piperazines. Piperazines in this class, the drug is cetirizine. It is the highest selling drugs in antihistamines by various companies. Right now we are coming on next class of second generation is piperidines. Piperidines, in this the structure is terfenadine and loratadine. These both drug are highest marketed drug in the market. It is also available, and these both are come in piperidine class because it contains piperidine as a central moiety or ring moiety. Right now, after the completion of first generation and second generation, we are coming on third generation antihistamines. In third generation antihistamines, we can see it's the highest advanced antihistamines or which are readily available in the market. So in this class, basically three structures are denoted or three drugs are denoted. First is levocetirizine. It is the advanced version of cetirizine which are already existed in second class. So levocetirizine is a levo form of cetirizine because it gives higher bioavailability. Second is fexofenadine, a third version desloratadine. So right now we are coming on SAR of H1 antagonist. So we are going for SAR of antagonist H1. If you will see the structure of this H1 antagonist, there is a basically three part. One aryl molecule, one carbon nitrogen bond, and one carbon halogen bond. So firstly we are focusing on a protonable amine, a connecting atom which can be oxygen, carbon or nitrogen, a carbon chain usually ethyl. Variation in the diaryl group, connecting moiety, substrate on the connecting moiety and substrate on the terminal nitrogen account for the differences observed in potency as well as pharmacological, metabolic and adverse reaction profile. So just we are focusing on three, basically amine, carbon, oxygen and nitrogen molecule with the halogen and aryl group and alkyl group. Firstly, we are focusing on this aryl group, aryl 1 and aryl 2 substituents on the antihistamine structure. These aryl 1 and aryl 2 substituents provide bulk producing antagonist activity, or we can say this is responsible for antagonistic activity. Generally, two aromatic rings, phenyl or benzyl, or an isoster such as pyridyl. Pyridyl generally results in more potent compound than phenyl. Its fuse must be coplanar as in the three-ringed structure related to TCS. TCS means tricyclic antidepressant and phenothiazines. Para-substitution with small and lipophilic groups increase potency and decrease metabolism due to decreased ring hydroxylation. Ortho or meta substituents reduce antihistaminic activity. This diaryl pattern is present in both first and second generation antihistamines. After the aryl group substitution, now we are coming on halogen moiety. This halogen atom can be an oxygen, nitrogen, or halogen we can say it's the X. X can be oxygen, nitrogen or carbon, which links the side chain to aromatic tail. The nature of atom X is the basis for structure classification of H1 antagonists. The classical H1 antagonists are divided into 6 classes based on what X equals. X means CO bond, or we can say amino alkyl ether. In this, there is a two class, ethanolamines and second one is propanolamines. Next, X equal to C. In this class, propanolamines saturated or unsaturated. X equal to N भी हो सकता है. So in this class for ethylene-amine, piperazine and tricyclis. And finally, 6th one is miscellaneous. This form the 6th class of traditional antihistamines and would include many of the newer antihistamines since they do not fall into the older traditional class of antihistamines. After the discussion of X bonding, we are coming on connecting chain bonding. What is connecting chain? Its function is to separate the nitrogen from the ring by 5 to 6 angstrom bond length. May be saturated, unsaturated branch or part of a ring. Branching decrease antihistaminic potency except for the phenothiazines where beta-carbon branching increase antihistaminic potency. At last, we are coming on aliphatic amine or terminal amine. What is this? Must be able to accept a proton because it is basic in nature at physiological pH. R1 and R2. Potency order is 3 degree, 2 degree and 1 degree. If 3 degree attached, this R1 and R2 in the form of 3 degree. Nitrogen is 3 degree form. It is highly potent comparison to 2 degree and 1 degree. Quaternization does not increase antihistaminic but does increase the anticholinergic activity, may be incorporated into heterocyclic, which is although larger the heterocycle constraint. Dimethyl is the optimum configuration. Larger substituent decrease histaminic potency due to a steric hindrance unless they are part of a heterocycle structure. When the ring constrains the two ethyl, so they are still active. After the completion of SAR, we are just coming on receptor interaction of H1 antihistamines. The H1 antagonists do not occupy the same area or space as the natural receptor substrate. Only the protonated nitrogen binds the same anionic site as histamine. The aromatic tail binds adjacent to the histamine binding site, thus produce the non-specific conformational perturbation of the receptor. This changes the shape of the receptor, decreasing the affinity for histamine. It seems that site outside may be chiral because stereoselectivity is observed with some H1 antagonists. As previously discussed, the optical isomers of alpha-methylhistamine are equipotent as agonists. So, it is totally all about H1 antagonist. So, if you want to more videos, please subscribe the channel. Like, comment and share, and thanks for watching.